Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 8 of Professor Layton and Curious Village. We have this chapter and the next one, and we only have 13 puzzles to go, so probably not too many today or next week, but let's give it a shot and see how far we get, in the storyline at least. So yeah, let's just jump in, I guess. Okay. The story so far. Layton and Luke narrowly escaped the crush of a runaway Ferris wheel while searching the park. The Ferris wheel destroys an old check on the shore, revealing a secret subterranean path. After finding a tower-shaped key in the underground room, Layton and Luke make their way back into town. With the key in hand, Layton debates heading to the tower. However, after sensing a sinister presence near them, the professor devises a plan to out the fiend. Hey, Polly, fuel. Rage sure wakes up a mean appetite. I'm starving. Okay, we did see him over here, didn't we? There? Up there, we found a hint coin. Let's see if they have any puzzles for us. Okay, fresh out of puzzles. Want the soup of the day? No thanks, dude. All out of puzzles. Okay. We don't need to head down here, do we? Oh, look, there's someone down here. Ha ha ha, it's you two lads again. You're a pair of old ducks coming all this way just to see me. But lucky for you, I got myself a darling of a puzzle and a mind to share it with you. Yay, we found a puzzle! Okay, wash up. 30 picarats. You need to wash your face, but all 13 valves in the sewer piping are shut tight. You have to open the valves to get the water flowing to your sink. So here's the challenge. Direct the water all the way to your sink by opening as few valves as possible. Well, automatically I want to do that one. Alright, and then we follow it around and around, and around, and that one. And just double checking. Yep, submit.
I think I've got it. Layton's apprentice saves the day.
Good job. Now go wash up. Ha ha ha. Wonderful work. I was sure the puzzle would fool the both of you, but I guess the joke's on me. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. I think that's all we need to do down here. I didn't want to go back down there again, honest. I wasn't meaning to. Nothing good to be said about that tower food. All sorts of scary, you should stay away. Yep. Do not be alarmed by my piercing gaze. This is for research purposes only. Okay, Granny Riverton, you got any puzzles? No. Oh, we've been doing really good. We've only had one puzzle turn up in Granny Riverton's. Let's go down to the here. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspapers from the last couple of days? The papers? Certainly. Hang on for just a moment while I go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I set them down around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. This has been most helpful. Just what was in those papers anyway, Professor? Yoo-hoo, Professor Layton! Ramon, and to what do we owe this visit? Oh, he told me I needed to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. Ahoo-hoo-hoo! He and Lady Dahlia await your arrival at Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. We will set out for the manor in just a few moments. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? How do you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please come in. Everyone is waiting. Thank you, Matthew. Is something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh no, I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. All right, if you're certain that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. Ah, Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chalmey? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm on to you, Layton. It's clear as day. You were responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggested I murdered Simon? Nonsense. Nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. I don't suppose you've seen this before, hey? This vase was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with this vase. Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. If this vase was evidence, why did you just break it like it was nothing? So go on and give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed? Come on, out with it. I was with Luke, investigating matters down in the village. Is that the best you can muster? It's clear the little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Admit it, Layton. You two wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. Huh? You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. While I'm at it, I'll take the key to the tower you picked up too. It seems that you are intent on pinning this crime on me, Inspector. But if you're a true enforcer of the law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the crime. In fact, you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are we even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you sprouting now? Do you really think anyone here is fooled by your crackpot theories? Inspector Chelmy, I'm beginning to think the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing in the slightest to do with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down.
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I've heard you're quite the devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what was Inspector Chelmy's favorite food again? Oh, sweet potato fritters. This article specifically states you love sweet potato fritters, and yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? And your point is, it just so happens that I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters. Yes, I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can see, the article clearly states that Inspector Chelmy's wife is Amelie, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten your own wife's name? Grrr. Out with it then. Who are you, and why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmy? And why have you been running this investigation? Grrr. But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received a report that prompted you to come to St. Mystere, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge that is St. Mystere's sole entrance had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village. From that point on, no one could enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? During our search for the cat. Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there's no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there's no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmy, when did you actually first set foot in St. Mystere? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? Grr. While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower we discovered? When we happened upon the key, there wasn't a soul in the area save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I have spoken of what we found there to no one. There's no conceivable way you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Now, let me see if I've got this all right. You posed as the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded at how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my arch enemy, whichever way you want to say it. The big reveal. Don Paolo. I've always despised you, Layton. I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in St. Mystere. But all of that will have to wait since you stole through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mystere hides a secret of epic proportions. When I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel the mystery, I just have to smile. My business here for the day has come to an end, so I'll be off for now. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. One day, I, the great Don Paolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you. And on that fateful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat, and perhaps even some galoshes. Gosh. I mean, there was a door. I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp of the hard scientist was rumored to be unrivaled. The problem, as you might guess, was his personality. Though he was a genius, the man was evil. The science board banished him from working officially in his field ever again. Sneaking into St. Mystere to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like the kind of scheme he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What did you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. All that aside, what was all that talk of a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. Yeah, so chapter 8 is technically done. Oh, challenge solved. Okay. But, you know, we do have to get to the start of chapter 9. I'm simply shocked at this turn of events. Who could have guessed that we had an imposter in our midst? He had been completely fooled. But you saw right through him, Professor. I must say, I'm quite impressed with your cunning. I ask you now to put that brilliant mind of yours to work again and set out in search of the golden apple. It would be my pleasure, madame. By the way, are you feeling all right? You look a bit pale. I woke this morning with memories of a peculiar dream I must have had last night. In it, my husband and I just had a brand new baby girl, and oh, how everyone fawned over her. The next moment, suddenly I was in a park walking hand in hand with my young daughter. With your daughter, you say? Now, why would I have a silly dream like that? These past few days have really been quite draining. Professor Layton, I don't feel particularly well at the moment. I think I will go lie down for a bit. What's wrong with Lady Dahlia? She said she had a dream of walking in the park with her young daughter. There's something quite curious about that dream. Would you please let me know of any eligible bachelorettes you might meet in your travels? No. Poor Gordon. Oh, I didn't want that room. Sorry. I'll let you lie down. Okay, we're headed to the dead end. Oh. We've only done one puzzle so far. Adria's really nice, but she comes up with some top puzzles. Sorry, Sunny, I don't have any more puzzles for you right now. A lot of puzzles, okay. You sure I can't interest you in a nice cut of veal? It's a veal deal, ha ha ha. Oh, we got someone here. Hey, I've got a new puzzle for you, dearie. I bet you're just dying to see it, aren't you? I'm sorry, madame, but right now we're in a terrible rush. Yeah. You can't fool this old gal. I've seen you strolling around solving other people's puzzles. Oh, sorry. That was just me accidentally leaning on the keyboard, which I don't use, by the way. Now it's my turn. Seen us? What do you mean? Have you been following us? Rolling a 3. When you roll a die, the chances of rolling a 3 are 1 in 6. The chances of rolling a 3 twice in a row are 1 in 36. And the chances of rolling a 3 3 times in a row are a jaw-dropping 1 in 216. Let's assume you roll a die 3 times and get a 3 each time. Your chances of rolling a 3 on your next roll are 1 in how many? One in 6. You know, because there's 6 sides. Yay!
Another puzzle solved.
Terrific. It doesn't matter how many times you roll the same number. If you're only asking about the probability of a 3 in one turn, the chances will always be 1 in 6. You going to the tower, are you, dearie? How about I show you the way? Oh, I was under the impression that the villagers at St. Mystia hated going near the tower. Oh yeesh, I don't want to go anywhere near that place myself. Though I suppose I could make an exception for a strapping young man such as yourself. Oh yes. Professor, we should really keep moving. It's a dead end, no two ways about it. Maybe there's another pathway to the tunnel, a tower, hidden around here. I'd argue we've come to exactly the right spot, Luke. What do you mean by that? Look right here, Luke. There's a small indentation in the wall where one could place a small object. Oh, so this must be... Yes, this curious indentation is no doubt the spot indicated in Baron Reinhardt's note to Archibald. I'm willing to wager though if we put this in here and give it a turn. Wow. Just as I suspected. Alright, Luke, in we go. The tower's secret. Okay, we've got the key solved. Any others? Nope, just those two. Yep. On that one. Okay. Okay, so if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Feel free to leave a comment as I do read each and every single one. I hope you're having a wonderful time soon wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!